He's not left.
Y'all supposed to be outside.
Lydia know the truth. He ain't popping that pussy. He ain't popping that pussy, right? That's why he should be mad all the time.
I don't think you know about it.
Yeah, we know it's right.
That's all you need to know. I ain't left him, honey. He doing exactly what he need to do because I ain't left him.
All right, where you want to go? You'll be homeless again.
Sure, I'm homeless. All right. Sure. Okay, so I'll be destitute. Totally.
Listen, any nigga in here can go to the shelter and find a Lydia. What the fuck are you talking about? The bitches, what the fuck? You want a homeless bitch, just go to the shelter.
You don't believe that.
I ain't trying to take care of nobody, nigga. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the end of their clip. The floor's back open. Leo, what's up, sis?
Wow! What's up, girl? Ping up.
Because you arguing with Lydia, just talk about don't talk about Darius. The same thing, Lydia. You arguing with
Darius started first.
Right? Why the fuck do I
Darius
keep getting
started
mentioned?
but y'all gotta put your spouses down. That ain't right.
And it always be the ones. When I fuck with them, dang.
I keep you one.
Darius started first.
When it's my turn, I don't want to hear shit. When I take it to hell, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear nobody pick me in no private rooms trying to say, oh, you went too far. I don't want to hear shit.
Well, motherfuckers might as well buckle up for me.
Queen has spoken. So listen,
Gonna be a good work week.
I'll be fucking with the girlfriend. Been trying to listen. Don't mention my stomach.
Hello? Hello?
Reading the chat by eating beach cobbler. Like I'm just like, oh shit. I wonder what everybody what I'm doing right now. Just throw that out there.
That's what BK does. He be eating chicken wings. I told y'all the day I saw him do it.
Something.
I can't. What the hell?
Gotta go back to the fucking store. This is some bullshit. Stacy, what up? What up?
Oh my God, yo.
C harmonica.
You know what? You might be on the same. You might have got me. You know. You might have me.
I've never heard you yell with nobody on the family vacation. I got you.
Just say fucking hi, nigga. Oh, shit.
Hey, Diddy.
What's up? What's up?
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you still with that Haitian girl?
I just had some barbacoa a few minutes ago.
And that's an FBA. Foundational Black American.
You said barbacoa?
You heard him?
You heard me, nigga.
You heard him?
It was delicious. Hey, lady, I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't like what you did yesterday.
What I did yesterday? Tell me.
You know, T was talking straight bullshit.
What she? I don't remember. I was outside.
You left. You said, Shut it back.
Tell me what I did. I could be held accountable for my shit. I should have thought I was drinking last night.
Right. You was being a girl's girl. They don't appreciate Lady O being a girl's girl.
What happened last night? Did I come in here and tell a story about the nigga that was watching his man's pocket?
Who?
In the spot?
What?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah, that's wow.
I get a recap?
I told Tia she was on here. But I don't want to do it. I'm going to give you a recap. But first, tell me what I did last night. Let's unpack that.
Okay, so, like, you was trying to, get the ladies the mic, right? Just being a girl's girl. And then she went on some, broke, desperate, starving, and that's not Lady O. You know what I'm saying? That's not Lady O. You was trying to defend this, and I'm like, wow.
Bro, who was broken?
You kept on pushing me to the side. She was doing some, real poor.
We need to click, because I want to remember what you're saying so I could dialogue with you. I swear to God, I don't remember my nigga.
Oh, you was drinking?
Yeah, I was outside, I was watching the game. Yeah. My bad. You know, I just be
Nah, you were saying no. You were saying, nah, BK, nah, this not what I wanted. You backed out of the car, and then you left.
Can somebody fund it, please? I want to hear it. I gotta go to the store. The goo was there. Was the goo there? Y'all was there? Y'all heard me. What I did, goo. Manipulation 101. Act stupid. I'm not acting. I swear, I'm not. I must agree with that. It wasn't just.
Nah, no, listen. T is funny, right? She's funny. She's loose, free in the air, but at the same time, she get into the poor. She get. It's down bad. It's giving down bad bitch. You mean I understand okay, this is anybody can be whoever the fuck they want to be. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes y'all gotta listen to the content before y'all start clapping. Listen to the content first. You know what I'm saying? I think Tia was maybe she was drinking. We had a good Memorial Day week. It's been raining on the
write the stories. They are the ones who study the old literature and rewrite the stories and turn them into modern poetry.
Oh, the
words?
Through the internet, a couple of them. But it is a real thing. I know that.
Have you seen that before? It's a dad. Beneath it. Wait, what? So for B's picture that says Trump 2028, It's actually $20.28 per gallon.
Oh, I just clicked on it. That's funny.
Hi, Patty. Hi, Tia Andrea. I just wanted to quickly mention something about the tariffs and how it's destroying our country and our economy. I'm very upset about the tariffs still, and I think with regards to China, Trump's very close relationship with China, in the Strait of Hormuz opening, I'm just worried that these tariffs are still going to harm our economy, and the tariffs were a terrible idea, and I can't stop thinking about the tariffs. And every night when I go to sleep, I think about the tariffs. And when I wake up in the morning, every morning when I have my morning coffee and I make a bowel movement, I always think about the tariffs. And when I have my lunch in the afternoon, I think about the tariffs. When I have dinner and a nice glass of Pinot Noir, I think about the tariffs. I can't stop thinking about the tariffs and talking about the tariffs. Tariffs!
You alright, John? You cool, John? Mr. Kitover? Girl, he played too much. Ain't it, Tia? We know you recording the room. At this point, we don't even care.
Yeah, why would you care? I mean, if you cared, well then that would matter. But you don't care. So
Yeah, I don't even care. Nobody even watches your channel for it.
I know, who cares? Who cares? Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I care.
But what does it feel like talking in a forest and nobody hears you? You think you
Right. You know where you get your traction from. People on Clubhouse worried about you playing the room.
It's my audience. Come on, without my audience, I'd be nothing. I would literally be nothing. I'd just have like a couple random people from India and China saying, I love Donald Trump or FDT. It's either love or hate. Hate or love.
So how's the shitting going and you in the tariffs? Since you take a crap and think about the tariffs. How's that going, brother?
Well, I can't stop thinking about the tariffs every single morning when I make an espresso and then I go to release a bowel movement. I start thinking about the tariffs and what that means for our economy. Plus, when you do the forced, mass demigration and you deport hundreds of thousands of hardworking laborers and you add in the tariffs, we are further deconstructing economic opportunity, which is less trade internally and less trade externally. It's madness. You don't prick a bubble, you keep inflating a bubble. You keep inflating. You don't prick. You do not prick. You inflate. You do not prick.
Aren't you a Trump supporter?
I support America and our destiny. It's not about one man. That's my complaint, is too many people project onto Donald Trump their internal emotional state, and they're unaware of it. All communication is projection. All communication is politics. And sometimes all communication is comedy. But the tariffs just keep me up every night, especially in the morning when I make the bowel movement after the Nespresso. Tariffs.
So you woke up on Memorial Day and decided to remember that this wasn't your version of politically correct?
Like, you know who this is, right? This is John. I told John, we don't care anymore. Nobody's really watching, except for people on Clubhouse. We'll see one or two people and be like, is that me? Is that lady? Is that us checking if people...
I just don't understand why.
Yeah, so explain to us why you record the rooms on here.
Well, I've kind of given up because, as you said, my only audience is people from Clubhouse checking to see if I'm recording you. But Anon does open up the opportunity to record, but it's still just not like a very good recording because I'm filming cell phone to cell phone. Some people have perfected screen recording virtually, and there are other people recording your room, not just me. But you're on YouTube, but you'll never find it. because it's not like labeled to, you know, some way that you could find it. You just can't find it. And nobody watches it. So it's really just like a labor of love and an artistic endeavor, which requires work and time and effort and value. So it is what it is, but it's not commercially successful, and that's okay. I mean, I enjoy doing what I do. You know, it to me, it's like, how do I continue to optimize my productivity? And unfortunately, you know, people don't like what I do, but to me, like if there was ever an actual franchise or some type of way to earn and monetize and distribute, like you ladies could have a YouTube channel for God's sakes. You would be a valued YouTube publisher. I don't understand why you don't do it.
You think that we don't know that? Some people had different lives than the lives that you live. Yeah. And maybe for purposes unbeknown to a lot of people, we don't. Like, has that ever crossed anybody's mind?
Of course, but my argument is that you're
Right,
here
but
anyways.
my argument is, if I'm not going to do it for myself, why would I want somebody else to take
Hello?
my voice?
Hello?
Try to monopolize
You angry?
off of my voice.
I'm happy.
My thoughts.
Leave me alone. You angry?
I didn't give you.
I'm happy.
Because I
Leave me alone.
Reasons. So you taking somebody's picture, you taking somebody's voice, and monopolizing on it at the risk that something could happen to me. That's the problem I have. And, it'd be something different if, like, it wasn't people's pictures up there and stuff like that. But, and from your side, because I think you participated in it before, they'll go and dox people. Because they have different viewpoints than you might have. So then you go and you call somebody a judge and tell them that, oh, this is what this person says. That's not right. That's just somebody's livelihood. When this is supposed to be social media, I'm not taking this into.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only appropriate doxing would be is if somebody's making death threats. If you are a low-class racist
Agreed.
piece of shit, well, that could also possibly be considered dox-worthy. But the death threat stuff, and I have dealt with people on here that have made death threats against me, and I doxed them, and I notified the police and the FBI in their area.
That's something different. Yeah. No, that's different. Yeah, I wouldn't tolerate that either. I mean, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about people not agreeing with what somebody says.
Yeah, I've never doxed anybody. I've never, like, from this room, I've put out fake news that I, notified Patty's boss one time and she got fired, just to see if, like, my little butterfly effect ripple could cause some friction. And I think it worked, but it wasn't true. It was fake news.
No, it didn't work. I agree there. Wait a minute, you did what now? Why would you do that? Why would you even play like that? You did that for what now?
I don't know. I was in a room one time and I was just like talking about your room, and we were talking about your room, and I said, yeah, I notified Patty's boss and I doxed her and she's going to get terminated because she's on here 40 hours a week instead of working. And they were like, you did that? I was like, yeah, I did that. She's gone. By Friday, she'll be terminated. And they were all like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. And I was like, yep, I'm sick of that room. But it wasn't true. I was just playing with them.
Honestly, I didn't care. Because somebody. Did you put my name in it? You said my name too? No, he just said me. But when that happened, you know what? Nothing.
Yeah, it was just me. It was just me effing with that room. And no, I didn't mention First Lady because, Patty's like a real name. First Lady's not necessarily a name. But,
First Lady is, oh, you talking about that's not a real name to you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who you are, but Ban carries this room. The GOAT, Isaiah, whoever he is. He carries this room. His monologue, and his energy is what really makes this show possible. Without Ben, ladies, I hate to tell you, you would not have a show. You would not have a show without Ben.
But again, we can't control the world. I can't control Ben. Whether he wants to stay, whether he wants to leave, whether he wants to come, whether he wants to go. And nobody can replicate him. He is his own person. Which is a beautiful thing. So, but at the end of the day, when you say carry this show, that was never the point of this particular space when it was created. It wasn't about a show. It wasn't about, hey, come listen to us so we can put on a, acrobatic show for you. No, it was to bring news.
Yeah. So we actually been doing this room for over a year with just females. Did you know that? You've been recording our rooms. I think you came around back in September, lady, right? September, October.
Yeah, around that time.
Yeah.
Maybe even November.
Yeah, but we already had like 18,000 people by then.
It was before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It was before Thanksgiving.
And I
I'm not
think
sure if you was here during Halloween.
Yeah, and we just hit our year mark probably 2 months before that. We were at 18,000.
But I get it. I mean, when it comes down to, the everyday thing, because, and that's the thing that makes this particular space different than a lot of people, and people want to know how it keeps on moving, is because we all work together.
Okay. Well, I would say that I was very incensed and upset the day that Charlie Kirk was killed, and the things that people were saying in Politically Correct, particularly a homosexual, gay African American man. And the things that he was saying were so upsetting to me and so disappointing. I know it's not reflective of the entire African American community, but the things that were said in this room after a murder of an innocent man were so upsetting to me personally and disappointing. It didn't wake me up, but it alerted me to the actual real friction and divide amongst Americans. Because it's not our people, it's the American people. You got to get your words right. It's Americans. Hello?
That's the thing about how people choose to judge. Because I took a lot of slack for that. Because I'm the type of person of integrity and certain things. Like, I don't feel like I would want that to be associated with me, because I wouldn't want people in my real life to think that I'm associated with that. There was a lot of pushback. Like, you can't say that, you can't say that. For weeks. Even after it happened, if anybody brought the name up, I wouldn't zap out. Like, just be quiet. Let's not even talk about that. Well, why is it that they can do da-da-da-da-da? Certain people can do things in this world and get away with it. Certain people can't. And I'm not saying that you can't be that person. But in this particular space, just respect the space. So when people judge and they say, oh, this happened, well, how long did you stay? Because just because you didn't see the fight back at that time, because people like me are very strategic. I know when to say something. Sometimes when the stove is too hot, you just can't open up and be like, oh, well, let me just go ahead and say this, because then it's just going to make the situation worse. But there are plenty of times that there was pushback in regards to it. Yeah, and at the end of the day, I care about life.
Can I ask a question? This is interesting. I'm going to frame the question in two different parts. There's going to be three parts. First, the individual, and then George Floyd and Charlie Kirk. And I'm talking about the individual. It's amazing to me how people care more about people they've never met and don't know, and cannot go home and mend their relationship with their own parents, their brothers and sisters, and they're deeply wounded by something they may see on TV with Charlie Kirk or George Floyd. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm telling the story. I sympathize. It's not about the person what happened. It's about how people see their life and how disconnected they are from their own lives. I met a gentleman when George Floyd got killed, and he was marching. He had was a black guy with 500 white people marching with him. And it was a lot of noise. I came out my home and outside, started walking and following the crowd. Finally met up with the gentleman, and we started talking. And I said, I like what you're doing here. Take my business card. If you need some help starting a nonprofit, call me. And he called me the next day. So I started talking to him. And I said to him, he said that he just got out of jail 3 months ago. And so what happened to George Floyd? He got involved and became an activist, blah, blah, blah. So I said to him, you just came out of jail. I said, where are you now? He was in a halfway house. And I said, I can't help you. He said, why not? I said, let me ask you a question. You have any kids? He said, yes. I said, you have a wife, girlfriend? He said, yes. I said, have you seen any of your family members since you came out of jail? He said, no. I said, I cannot help you until you go and call your daughter. He hasn't seen his daughter in 12 years. Hasn't seen his girlfriend who's baby mother. Otherwise, I said, I cannot help you until you go see your daughter and go apologize to your girl for getting in trouble, going into jail, coming out and marching for another man's family and not your own. Now, let that settle for a minute. A couple weeks later, the guy called me back in 2 weeks. About 2 weeks later, he called me back. And he was thanking me and crying on the phone because what I said to him messed him up in his mind, because he said he was ashamed of going home, and he was ashamed as a person for going to jail, messing his life up, and not being around his kids for 12 years. But when I said it to him, it was about the humanity of your own life and fixing your own business before you pay attention to other people's business. And he realized in that moment that what I said to him was so true that he couldn't hide from it anymore. And a stranger said it to him in a way where it was so impactful that he wanted to call me back, and I helped him in the situation and everything else. But the reason why I'm mentioning that, because when I hear people talk about people, George Floyd and Charlie Kirk,
Hello,
King and
hello.
X and all these great people, it's great to admire great people that's doing great things or have sacrificed their lives to resonate in your life. But what all that is demonstrating to you is where in your life are you dealing with the living people that you're not taking responsibility for forgiving yourself, forgiving your mom and your pop for doing their young man realized that there was nothing wrong with marching for George Floyd, nothing wrong with protesting. But always look at your life and look at the people in your life that you haven't lent your attention to. Because when they're taken from you, they may not get the media, they may not get that attention from the general public. And you're all opportunities to fix your own life, before you go out and protest for another man.
Well, I like that story that you just told, and it's amazing that happened to you, that you were able to help rectify that man's mind. And I would just that I guess my critique and complaint about the way that people communicate on this app is that it's not really a very good exchange of knowledge. Plus, there's also time duration, so we can't transfer large amounts of information to each other. That's what books are for. And so I'm just saying, I understand this is entertainment and social activity, but you can come on here and read a book for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. One true sentence is better than a million illogical, ridiculous, woke, liberal, intellectual sentences. So to me, the book club is really the future, and it is the best now and best experience you can have, which is in poetry is a very quick remedy to a lot of the social ills we have. I mean, Fix It here talked to a guy who had a communication failure. So we have a failure to communicate knowledge, intelligence, wisdom, value in a short amount of time. And that's because a lot of people want to be entertaining. Like, I think Ban is actually very entertaining. But I question the opportunity cost even for him to come on this app when you have a career and a family and a car to go wax in the garage, to come on here and be a pseudo intellectual, pseudo, false, fake, not a real intellectual. Real intellectuals are academic. They actually will just read a book to you as if you're in a classroom. They won't necessarily always do the same shtick. And that's the put down shtick. Yeah, that's right. Bam is an ad hominem projector who puts people down to make himself feel better
Okay, we're not
inside.
gonna do that. We're not gonna do
He's
that.
a fake elitist. That's not what the
We're not
elite
gonna do that.
really
We're not
do.
gonna do that.
All right, so wait,
Hello?
hold up. Because here's another thing that happens. Again, if I were to sit and I were to listen with him, with you, and we paid attention to what led to the ad hominems, when paid attention to the height of it, we would see that a lot of times he is not the aggressor. He's the responder. You see? But a lot of times people don't want to pay attention to it because they get caught up in the emotion and the feeling that's happening at the moment. But they forgot how we got there. And with recordings, you can go back, you can actually listen and actually judge. But most times people don't actually go back and listen to get there, to really understand. And that's one of the experiences that we were doing last night. So I hear what you're saying. Yeah, a lot of people come on this app, you know, you coming and you making your suggestions, you got a chance to speak, right? We allow you to speak and tell us what you think is the future of this app. But not everybody thinks alike. And you are entitled to your opinion. The thing is, go make that work for yourself. You don't have a place here because we're not friends to come and tell somebody what they should be doing and how they can be successful. You go and you create that for yourself. Don't that make sense? It makes sense to me.
Yep. I guess you got me. So hey y'all, let's go ahead and start our regular routine with our Meet the Press. Y'all know how it goes. It's 24 hours old. If there's any updates, we can work on the update. We don't go straight through it. We try our best to do breaks in between.
Hey, P. Will, I saw you said hi. I just didn't get a chance to tell you back. All right, I'm going to be a good shampoo for my hair. Thank you.
Today's not Meet the Press. I'm sorry. It's like so we play. Oh, God, we're not doing Meet the Press anymore on Monday. We're doing. Damn it, that's what Meet the Press. Damn it. Give me a second, y'all.
What's the nation? Was that going on?
Damn it. I'm sorry, y'all.
Can I ask a question? What is the percentage of women in the U.S. Army?
Why?
Because the president is a coward, so there's women that are actually fighting for just dodging dodging the war when he got drafted.
What do you mean?
Just let it go through.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and start Meet the Press, y'all. Let's see who's gonna Meet the Press today. So this week, or not Meet the Press, Face the Nation. This week on Face the Nation, let's see. Talking about President Trump says a peace deal with Iran has been largely negotiated.
Well, they have no choice. It's not Venezuela.
Yeah.
But he dodged a war back in the day. He did. He got drafted, and he got, so it's fake from the beginning. He doesn't care.
Well, let me explain what's going on in Face the Nations on this one. Reports from Tel Aviv and Senator Chris Van Hollen discusses the possible deal. Medal of Honor recipients, retired Lieutenant Colonel William Stevenson and retired Command Sergeant Major Matthew Williams are going to be on there. So let's see what they're talking about.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
And rap troll them. It's saying like, we don't want to deal with you. We want Obama to deal with you. We want to make a deal with Obama.
Okay, that's fine. Let me start. Read the press first. Not read the press, but okay. Peace to nation.
Appear to be nearing a peace agreement with Iran. We'll have the latest. Sources familiar with the talks tell CBS News that the latest proposal to end the war, which is now in its 13th week, includes a process to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, the unfreezing of some Iranian assets held in foreign banks, and a continuation of negotiations over Iran's nuclear program. We'll talk to the president's top economic advisor, Kevin Hassett, about the impact of the war on the economy. And we'll take a closer look at the outrage on both sides of the aisle this week over the creation of a $1.8 billion anti-weaponization payout fund. Maryland Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen will be with us. We'll also hear from a bipartisan duo working to fight anti-Semitism in politics. Republican Mike Paula and New Jersey Democrat Josh Gottheimer. Plus, as the World Health Organization warns that Ebola is spreading rapidly in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, we'll talk to Dr. Deborah Burks. And finally, a special Memorial Day conversation with two Medal of Honor recipients about the significance of service.
Oh, I'm offering to buy you a
Just
plane ticket and
ahead
host
on
you. Oh,
Face
that's so
the Nation.
generous. I don't want to go.